Chairman, sir, honorable colleagues, considering the presentations by Fiscal Responsibility Commission and NIPC, I want to move that this committee give NIPC, Fiscal Responsibility Commission, and other relevant agency time to reconcile this figure so that when next you are appearing, we have a very clear presentation. I so move, Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the Deputy and most respected colleagues, I have the honor to most respectfully second the motion as moved by my colleague, the Deputy Chairman of this committee, considering the circumstances we find ourselves. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, honorable colleague. Okay, thank you, honorable colleagues. I think it will be necessary to put a timeline to the motion. If we were ordering them to go back to the negotiation, reconciliation table, and forward a report of that reconciliation to the Public Account Committee, it should be within a time frame, and it should be a tripartite exercise. Now, Fiscal Responsibility Commission, you are the lead agency. Let me borrow you something from what we do in Parliament here. When there is a motion for an investigation into any matter, and the mandate falls within the purview of several committees of the House, we join all those committees together and make a referral to them, but we have a lead committee, which is the committee that eventually submits the report in its name to the Parliament. Now, we have to be efficient. The Accountant General's office is an interested party in all this, and you don't lose anything to involve them in the reconciliation. You don't lose anything. I hope I'm correct. And makes us efficient. So they don't leave one table of reconciliation, another office is calling them for reconciliation, and we waste more time. So we're going to be asking that yourself and the Accountant General's office and the NIPC goes back to the reconciliation table and bring us a report as moved in the motion by the Deputy Chairman. But I need us to have a time frame, honorable colleagues. I don't know what time frame you think could be okay. I think 2 weeks is a good time. NIPC. It's a good time. All right. So, honorable colleagues, those in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. So the Investment Promotion Commission is hereby directed to go back to the reconciliation table with the Fiscal Responsibility Commission and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and produce a report, submit a report to this honorable committee within 2 weeks. It's so ruled. Thank you.
I, Mukhtar Bello, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee and all the documents that I will present before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board is also here with regards to the issue of remittance of operating surplus. And I want to invite the Fiscal Responsibility Commission to present the case against the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. Thank you.
Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, as at 2021, and in agreement with the record we submitted to the committee, the liability is 390,725,324. But after that, they have
put naira or dollars, so we don't know which one you're talking.
Naira, sir.
If the liability in dollars, so that we know.
Naira, sir. Then after the submission of that report, they have submitted their 2022 audited financial statement. We have computed the liability and duly informed them. The new liability as at 2022 is 3,622,605,277 naira only.
3,622,000,000.
602 million.
602 million, okay.
Yes, sir. 605,000.
All right.
277 naira, sir. This we have notified them via our letter written on the 14th of March, 2024. And another reminder which we just submitted as at 31st August, 2024.
So what responses did you get from the letter you wrote on the 14th of March?
There was no response from them, sir.
Can we have a copy of that letter, please? JAMB, it's over to you.
Mr. Chairman, sir, with due respect, sir, JAMB, where we have difference is that they want to move the board to 50% of revenue. As an organization in 2019, because of our commitment to revenue remittance, the federal government reduced cost of administration from 5,000 to 3,500 for the benefits of all Nigerians. We have been following with passion the remittances of 25% and at least 25% on yearly basis. But the fiscal responsibility, and we are in the educational sector, we have not increased any of our charges by 1 kobo in the last 8 years. Rather, we reduced our registration fee from 5,000 to 3,500, which is 30% reduction of our revenue. And we have appealed, the Accountant General, the Budget Office of Nigeria, and all other offices, they always give us the concession to operate on 25% of remittances. Our budget in BIMS is based on 25%. The Accountant General will reckon with us on 25%. But the Fiscal Responsibility Commission believe that we should move to 50%. That is the area of difference. If we judge us on 25%, we have over-remitted over the years. And that's what we have been doing, and we are consistent, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I believe strongly that remittances is not, the issue of remittance is not one that is subject to personal interpretation or whims and caprices of any office or an office holder. It's a matter of law or a matter of regulation. So how does the difference between 25 and 50% position now arise? What exactly does the law say, or how does the law apply to JAMB? Fiscal Responsibility Commission.
Yes, sir. Sir, the Fiscal Responsibility Commission got its powers from the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
Yes, please.
Which says all scheduled agencies under its purview should remit 80% of its operating surplus. With time, there was a Finance Act 2019, Finance Act 2021, which appealed a section of our act to now say that, to now categorize these agencies. Like what I have now in my hand, the Finance Act of the 2021, which now categorize agencies, fully funded agencies, partially funded agencies, and self-funding agencies. JAMB falls under partially funded. And as I read here, sir, all partially funded federal government agencies, parastatals receive...
What are you reading, please?
From the Finance Act
2021.
2021.
Finance Act 2021. What section is that? Or the explanatory notes?
So what I have here is the finance circular explaining the finance
circular.
Yes, sir.
All right. Issued pursuant to the Finance Act 2021.
Yes, sir. And signed by Mrs. Dr. Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, the Honorable Minister of Finance, and National Planning.
All right. Go ahead. Read
yes,
that
sir.
section.
Now the section that concerns them says all partially funded federal government agencies stroke parastatals receiving capital or overhead allocation from the federal government budget should limit their annual budgetary expenditure for the internally generated revenue to not more than 50% of their gross IGR and remit 100% of the remaining 50% to the sub-recurrent account. And in this, there is a portion where it now said at the end of the year, it says here, the remittable portion of at the end of the year, a reconciliation should be carried out for the 80-20% thing. Then the actual liability for that agency for that year is actually the higher of the two. So it is based on this one that we computed their liability for the period to be 50% of their gross revenue.
All right.
Usually there are some agencies that have maybe a waiver or something like that. But the Minister of Finance writes them officially to inform them. And this is the letter that this agency forward to us. That is assuming we have computed their liability for 50%. They will now write to us and now say, oh, please, Fiscal and Strategic Commission, the Honorable Minister of Finance have waived this rule to be 25% in our favor because of our peculiarities. And this will now put into consideration. Unfortunately for JAMB, no such letter have been submitted to us. So we still continue to now treat them based on this existing law that we have. Sir.
Accountant General, your opinion, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir. I'm not aware of that such exception. If they have letter to that effect, they can make it available to us.
You're talking about JAMB?
Yes, sir. You're asking for my opinion, sir.
All right. So you also believe that they should be subject to the 50%, 100% of their remaining 50%?
Yes, sir. Then the record I have here, sir.
No. We're reading that circular that talks about capital allocation and so on. Can you read that again? There's a proviso that describes those who should be subject to this other rule.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Can you read it?
It says all partially funded federal government agencies stroke parastatals receiving capital or overhead allocation.
Receiving capital or overhead allocation
from the federal government budget should limit their annual budgetary expenditure from their IGR to not more than 50% of their gross IGR and remit 100%
of the remaining 50%.
50%.
Okay, so just a moment. So JAMB.
Sir, we
yes,
don't
please.
collect capital or overhead from government. We don't collect.
Since, you say what?
We don't collect one kobo from government for capital and overhead since 2017. We have
so you don't receive any allocation on
capital and overhead since 2017
from the federal government. Accountant General, you are in the position to either confirm or refute this claim that JAMB just made, that that since 2017 they haven't been receiving any money from the federal government for capital or overhead expenditure. How correct is that position?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Please, can I? Sorry, please, Fiscal. Please give me a copy of that circular, please. Please let me take the copy. Oh, go ahead, Accountant General.
Sir, I will plead that the House give us time to go back to the office and verify the claim, sir. Like I said, sir, the schedule officer is in the hospital as I talk to you now.
Barrister Akintayo Jimoh, see me, please. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. JAMB.
Yes, sir.
I want to believe you know you are here because of the reason of non-compliance of remittances. That is, you are IGR, there are some percentage that you are supposed to remit. And also in your operating surplus. Are you now saying that these claims are not right? Is that what you are trying to?
Yes, sir. Because
you have not committed.
We, as an institution, we make sure we over-remit.
No, I just want you to say you have remitted.
Yes, sir.
So the claim is wrong.
Yes, sir.
You have done that. You have done the remittances of your IGR and their operating surplus.
Whichever, no, the amount payable is 25% of revenue or 80% of operating surplus, whichever is higher.
Do you have any evidence of
we
such
have,
claim?
in our submission, sir.
Huh?
It's in the submission, sir.
So is that the reason behind not replying the letter from Fiscal Responsibility Commission?
Yeah, sir.
Is that the basis?
The bone of contention is that they want to move us to 50% of remittance.
Yes.
We told them that we are in the social sector.
You told them in writing or verbally?
Yes, sir. We have written so many letters. This thing has been on for since 2017.
No, but we are talking of this very letter.
We told them that JAMB as an agency, we don't receive any money from government. We fall under 25% or 80% of operating surplus, whichever is higher. And as an institution, we make sure we remit. We have always more than that. If you check our records, sir, we have been remitting more than 25%. Because there is no way, if you look at 25% of our revenue.
But have you replied them with evidence?
No, it's because they are using the wrong parameter. Once they are using 50, we are using 25.
Yeah,
but you're supposed to guide them.
Did you now reply the letters? They have written 14th of March and 31st of August on this subject matter.
This agency, if I tell you what letter they have written to us for the past 5 years, they have not been, because they have written so many letters and we have been going to their office. They are always, anytime we pay money, they always want us to pay 50%. And we told them.
Have you replied them on this? Because this is a point of law. Have you replied them on this point of law to say that by virtue of that proviso in the circular, you are not expected to remit 50%?
Because, sir.
Did you do that? No. You ignored the letters of 14th March and 31st of August.
No.
At that time, silence means consent.
Sir, they just gave us this letter here now, sir.
Honorable Harry, they just gave you which letter?
The one at 1st of August. They gave us now.
Reminder.
I just signed it now.
We have submitted earlier one. This is just a reminder.
They just gave us now. Look at the second paragraph of that letter, sir. They said
I have one here, the 14th of March, and I have the stamp of JAMB, sir, on this letter as having been received.
The one for 31st of August, sir. They gave it to me now. They said it at the back, sir, that they limited 3 billion now.
DFA, just be patient. One came before the other.
Yes, sir.
It's because you did not respond to the letter of 14th of March that the one of 31st of August was written. Between August and March, you have about 2 or 3 months. So, yes, Honorable.
Mr. Chairman, sir, it seems like what I'm going to say, it has been taken by events. When the Fiscal Responsibility Act man was trying to read what he has, it appears that he bases his argument on the fact that the JAMB matriculation boards, they have not written to them. On that basis, that is why they are giving their position in that direction. That's just what I'm trying to find out, sir.
Commission, unless you have an additional information you want to, Fiscal Responsibility Commission, unless you have an additional information you want to provide on this matter.
Yes, sir.